All right, everyone. Thank you for coming today for our monthly webinar for September 24th of 2025. As I always express, whether you're new here, if you've been here and you've been a panelist, or you have joined us just to see how we do things, the point of what we're doing, it's organic. We want to make sure we're bringing information directly from the people, from experts that can help you in every aspect of your journey of either thinking about starting a business, already having a business, being an established entrepreneur, business owner, or contractor, and finding unique ways to navigate through your journey through any area, whether it's through finance, health, whatever type of tools that you need to make your journey happen. That's what we're here to do, and that is the purpose while we're here. So today's mission is to unlock your business potential by providing you services, tools, and education in different aspects, as our key speakers will go over today. Every month, we're bringing something different. We're bringing in different people that can share different types of tools, maybe similar tools, but different, so maybe that may cater to something that might make sense for you. So the speakers we are having today, we are proud to have a great group here to share a lot of information. We have Dr. Chichi Nawaji. She is the author of an awesome book. I'm going to let her tell you all about it, but she handles with the preparation, planning, mindset, and dream stages of being able to bring your business, your goal, or your passion to life. Myself, my name is Shantae Dennis. I'm part of Master Web Builders LLC, along with Takuma Pryor. We'll be talking about how you can self-direct your benefits with being a self-employed individual and as a business owner. So meaning if you normally go to a job, they give you this wonderful package of benefits. You get disability, you get insurance, you get retirement, you get health. But we are going to have other experts along with ourselves show you how you can present that same type of packaging and even better to be able to make it good for you, yourself, and your business. And we also have a special person today. He's first time joining us, but he's not a stranger to me. He's been a partner of mine for about a decade. He is everything. He's a global advocate, leader, community activist, but most importantly, he's going to help you with your business journey. Andrew Kuby is a core part of our organization. He's our partner with helping to provide business funding, whether it's from SBA, he works for 40 banks all over the country, or any type of funding or lending. He is the consultant that can help you navigate to what you need to be in that position to have that, and also show you the different options you have. He's pretty phenomenal. He does a little bit of everything. He can't join us today. He did just let me know he had an emergency, but you will still have his contact information before you leave here today, so you can schedule your own one-on-one consultation. We also have the lovely Miss Melissa Alvarado. She is near and dear to my heart. She is the expert professional in any type of lending, commercial, mortgage, anything that you need, whether you're looking for your first commercial space, if you have a physical business or looking to start a physical business location, or if it's just your home, you're a small business owner. You may not have a lot of funds to show because you have up and downs and profits in your business, but she's going to give you some tidbits and help as to what type of vehicles that you could still be able to participate in that home owner journey. And if you are a real estate investor on this call, we do have a lot of real estate investors that is your business journey. So she will also go over some of the new type of vehicles that can help you with being able to achieve your goal as a real estate investor. And then Amon Kotak is one of our special guests today. He is going to be giving us tidbits and information and his expertise as a 24-year professional like myself in the banking industry. So he's going to let business owners know some of the things that are available to them, what they can do, what's the importance of establishing that small business relationship. He is in management and in charge of PNC Bank over in Bethesda, but PNC, as you know, is a national bank. So even if you're coming in and joining us from other places in the country, we are going to make sure you have that proper bank affiliation to be able to help you with your small business journey. And last but not least, I'll say the best for last. We have a very special guest from us joining us all the way from Maryland. We have Miss Tanya Haskins. She is on the advisory board of the Maryland Chamber of Commerce, amongst 1,000 other hats that she wears. Like I said to her the other day, you're like a sister from another mother, because we try to do everything we can do in any aspect to help people and improve our community, especially our small business community. So it's a pleasure to have her join us. She represents a lot of organizations. Next month, we are going to have a representative from her organization that we partner with in regards to grant resources and grant writing. And then even though my other partners are here today, they're not speaking, but we do have future events coming up where they'll be speaking from their platforms and providing other services. So we do have Ms. Carmen Booker. She is a 40-year practicing attorney. She has a wealth of knowledge in anything legal, regarding anything pretty much, but especially for business owners, contracts, how to structure, set up your business, anything you need in a resource, especially estate planning, business succession planning. You need those documents for trust, wills, any type of directives. She is that person. Johnny Jones is my partner for legal on, hey, you want to have legal packaging for your business? He is my legal shield representative that talks about things that people may not know and the services and benefits that they provide outside of maybe what the day-to-day attorney may or may not do. And then we have India Buckley. She is our real estate guru from Keller Williams, but she does a whole array of other things. She provides credit services and other services that cater to businesses. And Thomas Andrews is joining us as well. He is our health representative. So like I said in the beginning, if you're a small business owner and you want to know how to make that transition to getting health benefits from outside of your employer, so you can not have to worry about that on your business journey. And also, if you are the employer that would like to provide good benefits and health options for your clients or your employees, he is that person as well. So that is the overview of everything that we will be going over today. Through everybody that's represented on this call, these are just some of the things that we are able to provide through all the services that we do collectively. So here today, if you see somebody that you like or you want to talk to, you like what they're hearing, they will be putting their information in the chat. So that way you'll be able to reach out to them directly. Even though we work collectively, please feel free to call them, talk to them, and set a time to meet with them as well. Now, the mission of Master Wealth Builders LLC, my partner and I, TK Pryor, started this business specifically for the purposes of educational purposes, empowering our communities together. I myself have been in the financial industry for over 24 years. I did start my journey in banking as a lending professional at National Services PNC Bank. So I did work the entire footprint of the United States to where we were located to help my clients with all types of lending, collateralization strategies. I worked with self-directed IRAs, helping people on the market, off market, whatever the case may be. So now, through my whole journey and all these things that I've done and all the special licenses that I hold, I'm able just to pretty much be a consultant, a strategist, and pretty much your holistic health option. So me and TK right now are just going to just give our two whys as to why we do this. And it's important to us because I've been in business and self-employed almost my entire adult life. I still represent my primary company, which is into tax consulting for businesses, but I do a whole array of other things, and we put our services together to be able to nichely help other people in the industry. Me personally, I have been that business owner. I have been that entrepreneur that started at a very young age. Nobody gave me any direction. Nobody told me what to do. I went through a whole decade in my 20s of trials, good. I had some ups, downs, trials, errors, closed some businesses, opened some new businesses. And now 2 decades later, I have figured it all out. So now I just want to make sure I provide those same resources to my clients so they don't have to go through all the trials and errors and just have somewhere to go for resource. TK Pryor, I'm going to introduce TK Pryor, and he's going to tell you a little about himself and his why.
Yes, thank you. Definitely passionate about helping people definitely interested in being able to leave some sort of legacy to my family. But the only reason why I switched into financial services is because when my mother passed away, she left me a trust. So she funded her trust with an annuity. And honestly, that's what I'm living off of right now. 500,000 left in the trust, but it was paid for by an annuity. And a lot of people just don't understand that that's possible. All you have to do is sign a piece of paper, and then when you're no longer here, that funds, right? And it gets created out of nowhere, and your beneficiaries get to basically live a better life. So, why is it that more people don't do that? That's why I came on board. I figured out what license I needed, and today I consider myself a fixed index annuity specialist and also a wealth strategist.
Great. Thank you, TK, for letting us know your why. So this is why we joined together with all the services that we have. So now we're going to hear from our panelists. These are just the people that will be here to answer questions. Carmen Booker is very near and dear to my heart. We did just do a event on Saturday in person in Maryland. It was an awesome event. She spoke primarily on trust, the importance of estate planning for whether you're a business owner, real estate professional, or just an individual living your day-to-day life. But she does provide a whole array of services. So I'm going to allow Carmen to go ahead and just tell you for herself what it is she does, what she's doing, and if she does have any future events coming up and how you can reach her. Go ahead, Carmen.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to be here. I'm Carmen Booker, and I have a business consulting firm called Company Perfect Professional Services. And what we do is we establish corporations, limited liability companies, and a lot of nonprofit organizations. We help nonprofits get their federal and state tax exemption status and get funding for their programs and services. And I also write and review contracts of any kind. It could be real estate, lease agreements, entertainment, business partnership agreements. And we also conduct trademark searches and do trademark registrations to protect your business name and logo on a national level, not just in the state of Maryland, whatever state you're in, but on a national level, you have national protection through trademark registration. And it's very key and critical. And of course, I also provide estate planning services. I just had a workshop, like Shantae said this past Saturday, regarding estate planning and leaving a legacy for your loved ones. So that's what I do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carmen. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so thank you, Carmen. We'll hear more from her coming up in the future. We did talk about on Saturday, we're going to do some in-person events here, not here, but in Maryland in a couple months or so we can give people the opportunity to still have that organic feel outside of online. So even if you're not in this local area and you can't attend, we'll make sure we do record it so that way you get the same valuable information that you would get when you're in person. And if you want to know more about what Carmen did, we are going to be posting it on our group page in Facebook. So if you already don't belong to our Master Wealth Builders group page, we did record Carmen's last event, where there was a lot of valuable information shared, and we will share that information with you as well. Thank you so much, Carmen. All right, next we have the fabulous Miss India Buckley. She is an expert amongst many different things. Even though, we do have a focus in helping our clients with credit and real estate options, she does have a world and array of things that she does for businesses. So, India, if you could go ahead and share what it is you do and how people can reach you as well.
Thank you, Shantae. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. As Shantae stated, my name is India Buckley. I am the founder of Teresa B Enterprises and Legacy First Realty. I am an Army veteran and an entrepreneur as a realtor licensed in Maryland, financial consultant, and travel advisor. Everything I do, it centers around one mission, and that's helping people build stability, creating opportunities, and leaving a legacy of wealth for future generations. As a licensed realtor in Maryland, I work with first-time home buyers, sellers, investors, and military families. I guide them through the home buying and selling process step by step. making it simple, professional, and stress-free for my clients. At the end of the day, my goal is not just about helping the clients close on a home, it's helping them build generational wealth through their real estate. I also work with individuals and business owners who may struggle with credit or high debt. I help restore and rebuild the personal credit. I will teach you how to establish and leverage your business credit, because separating business and from personal finances is the key to the long-term success of your business. I also offer debt relief solutions and resources for financial literacy. Think of me as a partner who helps helps people move from struggling financially to thriving. Beyond credit, I also assist with LLC startups, business structures, and wills and trusts. These services gives our entrepreneurs and families the foundation that they are able to grow, protect, and pass down what they have worked so hard to build. As a travel advisor, I create memorable travel experiences from family vacations to luxury villas. And travel isn't just about the trip itself, but about building the moments that will last a lifetime. And yes, aside from all of that, I have a sweet side. So I also own Kay's Sweet Treats, where I bring joy with my gourmet desserts at different pop-ups and family functions, which is another way where I serve my community, because sometimes building memories also starts at the table. So that's a little bit about what I do and the services that I offer. So the best referrals that you can pass on to send my way would be home buyers, sellers, or investors in real estate, especially military families that may be relocating to Maryland or transitioning out of Maryland. Any individual that may be have challenging credit, or small business owners seeking credit, funding, or structures, and or families looking for financial literacy and estate planning resources, or just planning your next travel vacation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, India. We love you. I'm so glad you were able to join us today. So definitely please reach out to her. She has a wealth, as you see, so many different things, knowledge, things that she does. And I can testify to her baking abilities. The food and the desserts are awesome. We did do a veterans event not too long ago, and she did have those things there. So it was wonderful. So please support her business. And, even though we support everybody, we do belong to the same veteran organization. Please make sure you are always supporting your veterans. And if there are any veterans on the call, we have a lot of connections with veteran organizations that are here to support you. Thank you so much. And next, we're going to introduce Johnny Jones. Johnny Jones, if you're there, you can go ahead and take the lead and tell us what you do in reference to how you help businesses every day.
So what I do is I help people become legal ready for life. So that means things are going to happen on a day-to-day basis, and we put them in positions to have access to attorneys to run their life and to run their business, because you just don't know, right? Most businesses out here are really great at being planned, finance, and everything, but they're not legal ready for the life. So when things happen to them, all of a sudden becomes a disaster, and they're trying to figure it out. And I would challenge everybody on here, if you don't have your own attorney, or if you do have your own attorney, to still talk to Carmen Booker, myself, to see which one of our systems work best for you, because everybody's different and everybody has a different need. You might need exactly what I have, you might need what Ms. Booker has. And I would tell you that if you're not legal ready, you will find out the hard way. And it's really hard to unbury yourself from things that happen in life when you're doing it on the back end. So I always believe in being prepared and not responding or reacting to that. And so I've been doing this for 16 years. I love what I do. I work all over the country. This is an amazing thing to me. But what gives me the most satisfaction is how many businesses that I've been able to help, from I'm just getting started to I've been around for 10 years, 20 years, how many of them I've had a part in. So I know I've helped the economy in multiple places simply for what I do. And with that, I'll give it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnny. We love having you. And if anybody needs any of Johnny's help, we are all here. He's part in working with us, and his information is here on the screen. So definitely feel free to reach out to him. Anything you need to be protected legally outside of your contract work, what Carmen does, he is the person to go to, because I'm going to tell you, having that legal work in place is important, down to the simplest things you can think of for your business. Next, we have Thomas Andrews. He is our partner to our Master Wealth Builder. So, like we said, me and TK, we pretty much focused on helping people with their short-term, long-term leveraging plans and, what usually your employer would give to you, but we take it an extra step further and do a little better. Well, Thomas here is here to help you on the health side. And he does a lot of things and it's very affordable. TK did it for itself not too long ago, and he can help many other entrepreneurs, employers, and employees reach their health goals. So go ahead, Thomas. You can take it from here and tell the audience what you do here. And Thomas, let me know if you're having any issues with being able to talk. Thomas, are you there? Are you having any issues? I see you here. All right, well, Thomas, we can come back to you. Just text us or inbox us and let us know if you're having any issues with your screen. All right, well, we'll come back to Thomas, but his information is here. If you need to reach out to him, definitely make sure you screenshot or take a picture of his information. I am going to call him back to be able to talk about what he does. But he 100% has been in this industry many, many years, and he knows what he's doing, and he can definitely help you with everything that's going on today. All right, so next we have Dr. Chichi Nawaji. I'm sorry. Let me make sure she is here and available. Dr. Chichi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very
All
well.
right, here she is. Okay, so no, I don't need to do a big introduction because she speaks for herself. She is a phenomenal, awesome woman, and she is going to actually start us off today. I'm going to let her give her words, her wise wisdom and thoughts before we start talking about the things we're going to do. The reason this is because you can have all the tools in the world, to start a business, to be in business and work your day-to-day mission for your business or your job. But if you don't have a clear mindset, you don't have a clear goal or a dream as to why you're doing it, what you want to get to, what you want to get out of it, then you're just here, you're just existing. So Dr. Chichi has a very powerful tool, which is a book that I give to all my clients to make sure they read that book and it's interactive and fill it out. So they have I call it the right division, make it plain, making sure they have a clear step or an idea of what they're trying to achieve, what they're trying to do with their goals. But I'm going to let Dr. Chichi do it from here. She does so many other things. She's going to talk about her event business. She does Mary Kay, and she has this also phenomenal way of helping small businesses. Go ahead, Dr. Chichi Nawachi.
Thank you so much, Auntie Antike. It's an honor to be here and really awesome to meet so many new people today. My name is Dr. Chichi Nwaje. I am an optometrist by profession, but I also host themed events, and these have been amazing because it has brought people together, vendors, sponsors, attendees, and it's centered around different themes that have been very impactful and educational. Nobody goes up alone, so we always need to grow our network, and it has really connected a lot of lives. I have been a Mary Kay consultant for the last 24 years, a lot of beauty in there, but also a lot of love infused into it. So it's makeup, skincare, fragrances, gift giving, but it's also about seeing the beauty that is in the inside of people. So it's been a wonderful business for me. I use the products, I share it, and it has connected me to lives in the world of beauty. And I wrote my first and only book, which is still a book that I get excited about when I look at it, Dream Big by Dr. Chichi Nwaje. It gives clear tools for success. Just like Shante said, it's really been amazing for me to see the way people have reacted to this book because it feels like it's speaking to them. And so because I've dealt with people through the event and just through other resources that I've amassed over the years, I was able to write this book, making sure that anybody at any level, whether you're a child, a teenager, or an adult, you have the right to continue to believe in your dream, and that dream can change the world. And so I'm so glad that I'm here for those who would like to connect some more. I have some upcoming events, and it's always nice to have a place where we can go to and say, you know what, I saw this event. I want to see if I can make it out. So I just want to stay connected to everybody so they can see what we have coming up in the future. So once again, thank you for having me here, and I look forward to the rest of the conversations. You're muted.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Chi-Chi. It was great hearing from you. So anybody that needs to reach out to her, it's definitely a pleasure. Can you tell Dr. Chi-Chi where they can find your book at so they can download it for themselves?
Sure. You can go to Amazon, or you can just go to drchichinwaje.com. Or if you can, just follow me on at Peacock House, Facebook and Instagram, and you can DM me and we can just take the conversation from there. Some people want a signed copy, so I'll be able to send it to you directly as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chi-Chi. And we will, for those of you in the DMV area, we will be doing more events. Me and Dr. Chi-Chi have done events over the last couple of years, and we do record them. We do have live. So that way, if you're in another part of the country, you would be able to join in. Dr. Chi-Chi has phenomenal resources in her community. Also, Dr. Chi-Chi, you actually have a phenomenal resource in Facebook in your group. I think you're up to over 30,000 members. Can you tell them how to join your membership? This is a good resource. If you are a small business owner, you will be seen if you post in her group. How can they join your group on Facebook?
Sure, that is DMV vendors. Vendors, just type in vendors and events in DMV, and it will take you to that group. And if you're still in Dell, please reach out to me 240-413-9481 or to Shantae, just to make sure it's the right group that you're joining. And that way you can see some other events I hold and also some of mine. I also post on Eventbrite just to put the word out on how different people can find upcoming events.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chi-Chi. So here's her information. If you guys didn't get her phone number, you can reach out to her. If you need to book her for an event, if you need event space to do things collaboratively, she is the lady for that. So thank you for having me here, Dr. Chi-Chi. Hopefully you can stick around to answer questions to people that might want information about anything you have to offer.
Thank
All
you.
right. We have a very special guest today. Hold on, Dr. Bruno Mazzali. I've known this man, like I said, for over a decade. We've done a lot of business together, done a lot of things to try to change the world. That's who he is, a change the world advocate. So Dr. Bruno, you can go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, what you're doing here today, and what is the business you're representing and the services that you are providing.
Thank you so much, my sister from another mother. This is Dr. Bruno, your brother from another mother. Well, I'm in a kind of event today, but I'd like to say hello to everyone and to let you know what we have in the market today. So my business today to share with something very interesting prior to tax code 125, where it helps the employer with no money spent for the employees to save money up to $770 something a year. So there's nothing cost, but we provide so much benefit with the healthcare system. This is something I never seen it. The technology, the benefit, the money, putting in the employer pocket, it's amazing. So that's my business today. So I do so much. I'm a social butterfly. I have 20 years experience in the marketing, in the health and awareness all over around the world. And in my affiliation with the United Nations, I have so much to offer. So I'm here today to let you know that you can go there if you have any question prior to what you're going to see there. I'm here to serve you, or we can also figure out how we can help employees with this amazing, beautiful bills. It's all about lack of information. So many people, they don't know what to do, what's going on, but there's a lot up there. So just want to let you know, I'm here to serve each and everyone. Whenever you need, let's make money together and help our community as much as we can. And I want to say thanks to my beautiful sister, my sister from another mother, Chantel, you are bombastic. TK, you are super, super bombastic. That's pretty much. So you know what to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mazzali. You always bring that wonderful energy to the room. So, you heard Bruno. This is his information. If you want to reach out on his website, through us, you'll be able to reach directly with him if you have questions. But if you want to bring him into your business, just for him to show your businesses how you can participate in these programs. We did talk about in our last month's webinar, we did kind of break down a little bit about the big, beautiful bill with Dr. George Dines. He did give a wealth of insight in what some of these things are in the bill that are actually positive that can make impact and provide you money back to what you're doing in your business, especially with your employees. So if you want to learn more, definitely reach out to Dr. Bruno Mazzali, myself, or TK, and we'll be able to set you up or at least get you for a conversation with the right people. And the company you would be talking to is the management team of Certainty Management, which Dr. Mazzali is also a part of. So we definitely are interested in hearing more going forward. We will be having an event next week where we'll be doing a deeper dive for just employers and employees. So if you are an employer and you do have employees, or even if you're thinking about getting employees, this would be a good meeting for you to be a part of. Now, Andrew couldn't make it today. He is always on here giving the information. We'll make sure everybody on the call gets a copy of August's webinar so you can hear some of the things he spoke of. But I can assure you that if you do reach out to Andrew and you do have a plan for your business and things that you want to get accomplished, and you just don't know how to start that capital journey, he is the person to talk to. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're seeking bank funding, government funding, SBA funding, business lines of credit, loans, whatever. He is a national representative. He's helped people franchise their businesses, develop their franchises. So whatever it is that you need, he is a key resource for that. So I will make sure you have that. He will be on the meeting that I was just telling you about a moment ago with Dr. Bruno on next week, October the 2nd, Thursday. It's at noon. We're doing it at noon because this is really set up for entrepreneurs, business owners, and business owners with employees. So he will be on that call next week, and he will be doing a deeper dive and some of the things that he'll be doing for businesses as well.
Thank you.
Melissa Alvarado, let me check to see if Melissa is here yet. I know she was stuck in traffic earlier. Melissa, are you with us? Let me double check. And if not, I'm going to go back to Thomas because he was having technical difficulty earlier. Give me 1 second. So Thomas, if you have your audio on now, I would love to introduce you to our group here so they know who you are and what you do. Go ahead, Thomas. Thomas, can you hear us now? Are you having any issues with your sound again? Thomas, can you hear us? Okay, just let us know when you're ready and if you have any issues, further issues with your audio.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. There you go. Go ahead, Thomas.
Wait, I need to do something. There's a crap. Okay, I'll have to use. Hello? I still have to use it.
We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
I'm talking to you.
All right, check your audio. We can hear you.
We're gonna have to circle back to Thomas because this is
That-
being recorded.
That's fine. So I'll keep moving forward. Thomas, one more chance. We'll go ahead and let us know when your audio is working properly, okay? All right, Amon. We want to welcome Amon Kotak to our group in our organic group that we're forming here. Amon, I've known for a long time. I did know him with First National, and now he works for my former employer many, many moons ago, PNC Bank. And he is our expert. He's actually my business banking manager now. He does help me manage my business accounts, and he's helped a lot of my clients with their business banking relationship as well. So I definitely want to make sure you guys are always connected to somebody that has the resources. Even though I was in business banking for a long time and I have the same knowledge and experience, I always want to bring people that are doing even the same or better that can help you guys and give you the information you need into understanding what the bank really offers to you as an entrepreneur or a business. So Amon, if you can go ahead and take the lead, you can go ahead and start and talk to everybody here. Sure, he's on. I guess today is one of those days we're all having technical difficulties today. All righty. All right, no worries. All right, so we'll circle back to Amon. I just want to keep things moving and give an opportunity for each person to speak. So I'm going to skip around and I'm going to that I know is ready. The fabulous Tanya Haskins is here with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to her. And she's going to tell us about what she does. She's going to speak on the topics of business development and details of some of the niches that people don't think, things that people don't think about. She's phenomenal. She wears 1,000 hats. And Tanya, you can go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Shantae. Hi, everyone. My name's Tanya. I am Tanya of Tanya Haskins LLC. And one of the biggest sweet spots for me is business development. My dream began when I decided to step out on faith and just start assisting individuals of various backgrounds on how to establish themselves as entrepreneurs. Once you find your niche, it's very important to align yourself. So that's where my journey on business development began. And I became, as Shantae mentioned, a serial entrepreneur from there. I am a total service provider. So whether it's a simple notary call, business development need, meaning forming your first business or maintaining a company that you need compliance for. I could expand on that by saying a lot of companies are formed with the states, and you may not have come up with your taxes, your filing fees, or maybe you didn't form it properly, you didn't structure it properly. So, any type of entity that you acquire, whether it's a LLC, corporation, nonprofit, or etc., I can actually assist with that from beginning to end. And then we transition over to compliance because it does not stop there. Once you receive your articles of organization and your EIN, normally people think that that's the end, that's the celebration time, but that's actually your first step. And when I say that, I mean, you want to make sure that you're protected on the back end with how your company is structured on out to whether or not you transition over to receiving your first brick and mortar. You have to have permitting, you have to have zoning, you just have to have that proper support. So that's where I come in. I hold your hand for your first 1 to 5 years. That's the 1 to 5 year plan. The reason why that time frame is so important to me personally is because that's when they say we'll fail. That's what we learn in school. Everybody can flash back to when they were in high school, and they say if all businesses, especially Black businesses, fail within the first 5 years. So I've been on the journey ever since to basically knock out that whole assumption. And actually, I do own an event space, an event and meeting space, and we also do events for youth enrichment because business ownership starts early. You can start a multi-member LLC with your kids. We have to have something that we want to give back, right? So my youngest, actually, on a personal level, is 6, and she has 2 logistics companies. She'll grow into being a managing member, but it's already structured for her. So whether it's something that you want to start, like I said, or something that you want assistance with reestablishing, I can brand you. I can assist you in realizing how awesome I already know that you are. And a great referral for me is someone looking to find or maintain their company, find or maintain their niche, or just continue on the journey of compliance. Tanya Haskins of Tanya Haskins LLC. It's really great to meet everyone, and I look forward to helping you maintain and build your dream.
Tanya, can I want to make this a little bit more interactive, so I'm gonna jump in here real quick.
Okay.
Because Tanya, I have to applaud you. I love your mission, and I love how your mission is more aligned with what we talk about. We've always talked about having strategic alignments with partners where we're able to leverage our relationships, and that allows us to introduce different clients to the service that they need. And I have a perfect example. We just introduced Tanya to one of our clients, a doctor who was very much in need of an emergency document signing. So I was able to leverage my relationship with the doctor and my relationship with Tanya so that his need can be met. So Tanya, I want to congratulate you on the way you established a strategic alignment within your own network. And can you explain that a little bit more?
Absolutely. Now, it all started because I really don't believe in I can't. So I'm more so of I'll find out and I'll make an educated decision and give you informed information so that we can achieve the goal that you present to me. So with that being said, I had to, as TK said, create a strategic alignment within my own foundation. And so by doing that, everyone knows that you have your own LLC, you have your own corporation, you have your own foundation. You don't have to have interest in each other's companies. You don't have to be managing partners per se. However, you can have some sort of affiliation where you have a trusted agent that you have experience with, just as TK just mentioned, that you know will take care of your client. You know will take care of you. You know will take care of your family member or your friend. And that's pretty much how I form. I personally do not write grants. I don't research grants. However, I am strategically aligned with a grant researcher and writer that's been doing this in this industry for over 20 years. I personally am not the person behind the logos and the headshots, but I am strategically aligned with an individual that is trusted for me. I use the services myself personally, so I have a personal referral, and my clients have all come back stating that they had the same personal professional relationship and they plan on bringing their individuals that they know to them too. So basically I have a meeting of the minds with everyone who have industry needs, and I act as the bridge. I am the bridge that you cross to achieve the goal that you already have set forth, whether it's funding, whether it's a simple headshot, like I said, whether it's an event that you're having. And hookahs have become very, very popular. So if you need that service for your event space or a club, I can bridge you to that meeting. I'm a relationship builder as well. So yes, I'm strategically aligned with a group of amazing individuals on this Zoom and outside of this Zoom. So once again, I don't believe in can't, but I do believe in we will help you achieve your goals.
Wow, thank you so much, Tanya. I think that summarizes the entire Master Wealth Builders process. I always like to say we are a BNI, but free. Because I don't charge you for strategic partnerships, but I'm going to give you the same services that a BNI would offer you. So thank you, Tanya. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Tanya, too. We love it. And I'm just going to take a break after Tanya. Does anybody have any questions for Tanya or anyone that has spoke so far? Because we definitely want this to be interactive. We are going to have a whole question and answer at the end for our panelists, but we just want to make sure that you don't forget your question because I know there's a lot of information being divulged. Does anybody have questions? You can raise your hand in the audience or in the panel. And if not, we can keep moving, but I just want to make sure we're giving opportunity for people to ask any questions. But either way, thank you so much, Tanya. We're happy to have you here. Make sure you do reach out to her. Let me share her information again so everybody can see. And Tanya, you can let people know how they can reach you as well while I'm pulling it up for everybody else.
Absolutely. I placed my information in the chat, but if it moved up to the top or if anyone cannot see it, I'm actually thanks to TK and Shantae, I'm listed on the website for Master Wealth Builders. You have my direct cell phone number, my business cell. You have my direct email, and my website is pretty easy to remember as well. I try to make it simple. Tanya Haskins, www.tanyahaskins.com. And I can be, if I haven't said it already, once again, I can be reached via email too. So I try to pretty much keep myself as an open door. If you don't get me, you'll definitely get my counterpart, which is my direct contact. She's wonderful. She's my sister, and she's also a managing manager of the event meeting space. So you'll definitely get a human being, is what I'm saying. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanya. We're so happy to have you. All right. So if everybody can see my screen, make sure you take a picture, screenshot of her information. Let me see if I put your phone number. Well, she just told you how she can be reached, and she does have a landing page from our website. If you go to www.masterwealthbuildersllc.com, and you'll be able to find her contact information on there as well. And then Tanya, of course, you can drop your information in the chat as you see fit. Thank you so much, Tanya, and we're happy to have you here today. Melissa looks like she is on now. So Melissa is our key speaker in regards to what I mentioned earlier. Melissa, can you hear us? Can you let us know I know you're here. Make sure your audio is working.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Good evening.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, Melissa, how are you? So I'm gonna let Melissa take over what she's going to talk about. But please, Melissa, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who doesn't know you here, what you do, what you offer, and what you bring to the table to give to us this evening. And
Yeah,
I'm going to
so
stop sharing, so you can go ahead and share, Melissa. Okay?
absolutely, absolutely. So my name is Melissa Alvarado. I'm a mortgage loan officer. We work with different type of financing, including residential, investment, and commercial as well. So today, I know the topic on there said bank statements. We were actually going to talk about renovation loans. And let me see, we have discussed bank statements here for about the last 2 months. But we'll go over renovation loans today so that you guys know this is another option that you can find. Whether you have clients that are first-time home buyers, or you're a first-time home buyer yourself, or you are trying to purchase a multi-unit to live in one of the units and renovate and rent the other ones, this is definitely a program that you want to take a look at. Okay, so let me see if I can share.
And also, Melissa, while you're sharing, there were some people on here that weren't on here last month. Just give them just a small tidbit of what the business bank statement loans do for business owners and entrepreneurs and even seasonal workers and contractors.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Let me try to share it's not allowing me to share my screen.
Okay, let me make sure. I think you should be able to. All right, try again, Melissa.
No.
Looks like technology is not our friend tonight, but let's just make some
So,
adjustments.
Melissa, I did give you ability to share.
Okay, let me see.
Mhm.
Probably gonna have to share the whole desktop because it's not letting me share specifics. I think it's Zoom.
Okay, do whatever you need to do, Melissa. It's fine.
Yeah, but for the purpose of the recording, let's make
Oh,
a little bit of.
okay,
There we
there we
go.
She's got it.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Yes. It was the actual permissions with with Zoom. All right. So, yes, like you were talking about, you mentioned to talk a little bit about the bank statement loans. These are specific programs that cater to self-employed clients. Sometimes we get more cash flow and income from the bank statements, and we can get that income calculated through the bank statements with 12-month bank statements or 24-month bank statements, instead of doing it with showing the taxes, because sometimes the taxes, the net profit, is not enough to be able to secure a mortgage loan. So this is an option. It's an alternative income that we can utilize. And we offer not only bank statement loans, but we also have profit and loss loans, which are the ones that you will present your income via profit and loss that is going to be prepared by the certified accountant or a, how do they call them? It's the one that has the PTIN. This is IRS. It's kind of like they also have a certification to be able to prepare loans for clients, but they're not a CPA. So we can get those P&Ls done through them, and then that's the income that we would utilize in order to secure a finance for a mortgage loan. Okay, so those are alternative options, like I said, and this is what we mainly use for our self-employed clients. Okay, so that's a great option if you are thinking on securing a loan for your first time, or if you need a second property, or if you want to move up from the property that you have right now. So those are the other options that we offer in terms of alternative loans. Okay. And then for today, I also have here what is a renovation loan program. And renovation loan programs we have several loans that we can utilize with this type of kind of like the same process, which is to renovate the property that you're purchasing. Sometimes the property, has good bones, is a nice area, is actually where you would like to live and everything, but the property is not up to date or the way that you would really want it, right? So this loans exists to cover those needs for our clients. And the renovation loans are not only with FHA. I don't know if you guys heard about FHA 203K, but they also come for conventional loans, conventional programs, and also VA programs. So we offer this to all of our clients. And if you work with real estate as a real estate agent and you work with clients of your own, this is another option, another tool that we have in our pockets to make sure that we can tap on all the inventory that's out there. All right. So how many, of course, we have lost any loans or financing due to inspections or occupancy issues, or we don't have the necessary comps, or the subject is subject to appraisal. So subject to basically are these properties that are subject to getting something extra done. And this type of issues, we would see it on a lot of times, right? Because we don't know, we kind of like underwrite, not override, we underwrite the client. But the second step to the whole financing process is underwriting the property as well. So there's a lot of things that come up during the appraisal that will need to be rectified before we can finalize and get the mortgage clear to close. And these are some of the things that we see along different processes and different loans that we have worked on. Maybe septic repair or water or mandatory things that need to get done. And then the regular financing will not allow you to, will not provide you additional financing for that. So we would have to go with one of these programs that will help you renovate the property. It helps with basically with those clients that, like I said before, maybe this is the house, this is the location that they want to be in, this is the area, the district that they want to have their kids go to school, and then now we have an option for them to purchase this home that it maybe not be the one that they really like, and it needs some work done. So sometimes the foreclosures, if you all know, need a little bit of work. And because they've been sitting on the market maybe for too long, or they haven't been taken care of by their previous owners. So a lot of those things that we see, we can definitely solve for with a renovation loan. Um, and then we also want to make sure that we talk about these programs, because a lot of people that they think that they're going to need all this money to put the house back into the way that they would, into the way that they would like it. But no, there's financing for that. And we're going to go over the whole process, but basically there's ways to lock your property without having to have a lot of down payment to get all these things done. So some of the renovations, we see it all over social media. Definitely, it's growing in popularity as well, because people see a property that it starts like very ran down, and at the end, it comes up to be totally different and really nice. These are some ideas like of things that can be done through the renovation loans, like renovate your kitchen, going from the 60s all the way up to the 2025 type of designs. And we also we want to make sure that we understand the loan basics. We can use this type of programs for purchasing or refinancing in one single loan. So if you already own a property, or if your clients own a property, they can definitely refinance and make it nicer. And then, if down the road they want to sell it, that's perfect. But at least we know that there is a program that they can refinance and make their house look a little bit better. Okay, so they can purchase a property as is, right? Because there's a lot of programs that do not allow to purchase a home as is. And with a renovation loan, of course, you can purchase as is, because now you're going to up the renovation loan, the loan amount, and be able to get all those things tackled with the funds that you're going to receive for the renovation. The funds for the renovation, speaking of that, are set aside in an escrow account. So basically, after you've gone through the whole process, you show what is it, the project that your contractor is going to be working on, and then those funds are going to be set aside. So then they will be dispersed to the contractor or to you by phases, based on the different phases that are established at the beginning of the project. Renovation completed, post-closing, fix it after you own it. So basically, we will do the whole loan process, and once that is done, then the renovation starts. So we're not gonna have a loan process as long as the renovation goes. This is basically, we finish the loan, your renovation starts. These are the different renovation programs that are available. So FHA 203K, limited and standard, they have two programs that are available to our clients. Then we have Fannie Mae Homestyle, and then Freddie Mac Choice Reno. So these two are kind of like the same, just different companies. One is Fannie Mae and the other one is Freddie Mac. Then you have the programs through the VA as well, VA loans for those veterans, active military that are also out there. This is a loan that is definitely available to them. And we also have, it also says repair escrow accounts. We don't see those too often. I want to say it's more in a case-by-case scenario. With the 203K, you have the limited and the standard. So two different programs with the FHA 203K. One is if the renovation or the rehab is going to cost under $35,000. And with the standard, you can go above $35,000 renovation cost. So let's say $35,000, you want to repair the cosmetics, you want to make sure that you get a little bit of flooring done in some areas, or maybe update your kitchen. So things like that, you can definitely get them done through the limited. And with the standard, you can go a little bit higher. It's going to be for primary homes only. It's going to be for existing home onlys with a certificate of occupancy. What does that mean? Sometimes the house is under construction and it doesn't have a certificate of occupancy by the county. So we cannot use that loan to finish that property or get a certificate of occupancy. That needs to be done and in place for at least 12 months, like it says here. On the renovation loan that requires more than $35,000, A different thing here is going to be you can go with structural repairs, but it's also going to require a HUD consultant. So a HUD consultant is someone that is going to be managing and looking into the project, not so much managing, but reporting on the project and making sure that all the guidelines for FHA are being followed. And they want to make sure that everything is done by the people. They are approved by the FHA guidelines. So this is something when there is over $35,000 that it's a little bit different from if you go less than $35,000. For the Fannie Mae renovation loan, oh, and then for this one, I was going to say 3.5% is the start down payment for FHA 203K. For Fannie Mae Homestyle renovation loans, it's available for any occupancy. So even if you are doing an investment property, we can definitely use that. This program, it'll follow the regular LTV guidelines starting at 97% for first-time home buyers. So 97% means that 3% is going to be your down payment. We can go from 1 to 4 units, 1 unit for the secondary or investment. So if you are doing a secondary renovation loan or an investment renovation loan, we can only use it on a 1-unit property. Okay, so if you go 1 to 4 units, and let's say you found this nice property in an area that you really like, you will have to live, because this one would need to be for a primary residence, the 1 to 4 unit. You would need to live in one of the units, and then you can rent the other 3 units, and that rental income will be factored in to your actual income. Okay, so it'll be added as part of your income. And then with this type of loan, the repair budget up to 75% of the after improve value, we can use existing homes only. This could be for only existing homes. Once again, the certificate of occupancy is definitely something that has to be there. Completion and started work permitted when the home is 90% completed with only non-structural items required. So there's a little bit of that work that could be have done, right? When the home is 90% completed, we only non-structural items required. So the other 10% could be in things that are, how do we say it, cosmetic, okay? Nothing structural, only cosmetic. Then for Freddie Mac, it's going to follow the same guidelines as Fannie Mae. These are both the conventional options that we can use. The only difference here, we can do manufactured homes as well for this type of renovation loans with Freddie Mac, okay? And then the next one here is going to be VA loan renovation. This is only for veterans and active military, and also if we have a widow of a veteran that passed in combat or passed away due to connected service issues from combat, she can definitely qualify for a VA loan as well. In this case, with the renovation loan, it's 0% down payment, and we can go from 1 to 4 units. VA loans are all primary residence, so that means that we cannot do an investment property, or we cannot do a second home or anything like that. It's going to be 1 to 4 units. However, as you can tell, you're not going to live in 4 units. So this means that you're going to have to occupy one, and then you can rent the other 3 units that are part of that property. And then non-structural renovation, and it requires a HUD consultant, same as FHA 203K, when the cost is $50,000 and above, okay? And then contractors may have been issued a VA builder ID number, so the contractors will be vetted by the VA. This is for repair escrows accounts, buyer and seller funded, 5,000 max, 25% contingency. This is another type of program that we have available. We don't use it that often. Like I said, it's going to require a final inspection. Work can be completed until and after final inspection, and they have to start after 30 days of closing. So this is another way that we can put some money aside for repairs. Not all the banks allow this type of accounts. However, it's something that we offer, but we don't use it that much. It's not too common, but we have it. So in terms of general parameters, we're looking at no minimum dollar amount required for renovations for Fannie or Freddie and VA. Once again, some of them have this guidelines that it cannot be like VA, it cannot be anything structural. Completion of the final work only on newly built homes are permitted, but not built that are incomplete. So it's very important that there is this distinction in those two. The remaining improvement must be related to completion non-structural items the original builder was unable to finish. So work that, like we said, it has to be cosmetics. It cannot be anything structural if there's anything pending to finalize. And then we look into construction or outdoor buildings and structures are permitted. So if you're trying to get something outdoor and get that done, we have to look into the local zoning and regulations and all of that. But some of the programs will allow you to do that, including an ADU. Like if you have an idea of getting this property and adding an ADU, so you can get additional income for rental income. There is an opportunity for you to do this through one of these renovation loans that we offer. Complete teardowns and destruction of the dwellings are not permitted for unused funds, must be applied as a principal reduction. So this, it's sometimes a house, it's really, we cannot use the whole property and the whole structure, but we would need to discuss this with the account executive and see what the terms of the property, what the issue with the property is. And if it really needs a tear down, then we have to push it through an approval process because most of the time they're not permitted to do this. All right, so just a quick sample here of the 203K renovation loan. If your purchase price is $200,000 and your renovation amount is $40,000, between material and labor, your consultant fee, because there's going to be a consultant fee from HUD, there's a draw fee, which is this is the fee that they charge for drawing the funds. And then a title update fee. This is when the title is going to finalize your work and everything. These are all estimated numbers. Contingency fee is 10% of the renovation amount. And the permit fee and all that, then you factor all that in and you add it. Total all-in amount is going to be $247,750, and then a base loan amount will be $239,078. So the 3.5% will be off of the $247,750, $247,750. That's where the 3% is gonna come from. And then for the limited, we just have to make sure that it's up to $35,000. That's the limit. No HUD consultant involved. But with the standard or full 203K, then there is a HUD consultant involved to make sure that everything is in line with guidelines for FHA. And the renovation amount that you can do is from $35,000 and up. There is a cap. So we have to discuss that as soon as you have an idea of your project, because it's not that they're going to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just needs to make sense, okay? In terms of contractors, there are no identity or conflict of interest between borrower. There cannot be any, like no conflict of interest. All transaction must be arm's length. Family members are not eligible, nor can the borrower be employed by or be an owner on his own contractor business. So yes, we would love to do it ourselves, but not on this type of programs. Sweat equity is all good and dandy, but it's not going to be allowed in terms of the quotes and everything that we need to provide to the investors so that they can get the contractor approved. Only general contractors are allowed. So that's really important. So only general contractors are allowed. They're going to be vetted. They're going to need to have their licenses, their insurances, everything. And once again, they cannot be family members working on the project, or can be employed, or by any means be the owners of the contractor business. The contractor must agree in writing to complete the work and the amount of the cost estimate. So if they told you $100,000, that must be the amount that is going to be charged. and within the allotted time frame. So if they say 6 months, 6 months it is. Although obtaining more than one bid is recommended, it is not required. So if you have a good contractor that you think is going to be the one, you can request a bid from that contractor. We won't need another one, but it's always recommended to be safe, right? And make sure that you looked into your options, that you look into a second 2 or 3 bids for your project. And then if you are a real estate agent and you're here tonight and you heard about this amazing opportunity for your clients, we really want to make sure that we are painting the picture of everything that could happen and all the possibilities that they have in terms of before they might be looking for a turnkey property. Now their opportunities are open because their eyes have been opened with this information. And this is another way that they can get into an area. Like we said, maybe the property doesn't look like cute, but now that we have this option, maybe it turns out better for your client, more business. For additional clients that were on the fence of moving further because that's where the new properties were or are being built. So now you can keep them in the area that they like, just getting a property that needs a little bit of tender love and care, right? And they can get into the area that they really like and purchase a home and get it renovated. The other thing is once you renovate the property, it's gonna get an equity value that is gonna surpass whatever is in the area because now you're making the home, you're bringing the home up to date in your area, so you're kind of setting the standard. So that's another opportunity for those that are thinking on purchasing a home and fixing it and making it very, very nice and updated. Bridge to conventional financing. In terms of, we have those clients that they would like to do a 203K or they qualify for a 203K. Now they can just go with the 203K and then they can move into a different of financing as well. So they don't have to keep the loan that they have. They can always refinance and move to a different type of program, but at least this will get them in the home that they would like to get and then get the renovations done. Okay. The loan can be structured as low or no cost loan. So it's as low as we can go. If you're a first time home buyer, it'll be 97%. Loan to value, which is a 3% down payment. If it's FHA, would be 3.5%. Depending on the credit score, starting at 580, 3.5. If we go to no cost, that would be by doing a VA loan. So that the person would need to qualify for VA loan programs. All right. So in addition to the renovation loans that we have for regular clients that they want to do their first time, or maybe even for investment clients that they want to do a renovation on a conventional program, separate to this, we also offer what we call fix and flip. It's not here because this is only renovation loans with conventional ways, but we also offer fix and flips for those investors that are out there, for your clients, for yourself, if you're starting or thinking on starting on investing on buying properties, fixing them and putting them back on the market. If that's something that you like, we also offer that. They're called fix and flip loans. And with the fix and flip loans, the down payment starts at 10%, and it depends on experience, credit score. It depends on the value of the property. So a lot of factors that we look into, but is another option for you guys to get into the business and start working on a project that you would like to carry on and use those proceeds to continue to invest and buy more investment portfolio properties. So other than that, this is what I have. If you guys have any questions, we can definitely go over the questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. You gave us a wealth of information.
Yeah, I know.
And as you see, guys, here, the information here is you can't find this, just go into Google. Nobody's just going to walk up the street and tell you your options. And this is important whether you're a business owner. I know India's on the line. She's a realtor. I know she can probably say a lot in regards to, working with homeowners, trying to give them what they want. So these type of programs help bridge the gap and provide other open areas of opportunity. I know we do have some people on the call, somebody that does do renovation, an investor, just like she said, the fix and flip loans are available. A lot of people don't have a clue that these type of programs exist, and these are alternatives for everybody. So thank you, Melissa, so much for sharing this. Make
Yes,
sure,
ma'am.
Melissa, you put your information in the chat so that you can reach out to her. Me and Melissa are on the same team. I also belong to Buckingham Mortgage. But like I said, I utilize and bridge my team to provide the services to people so that we can do our focuses and work on the areas that are most effective us first to help the people and the community in front of us. So thank you, Melissa. So I wanted to stop for a second. Does anybody, even our panelists, India, I know you're the only realtor on the call. I know we have Omar on the call. He's also into investing and contracting. Do any of you guys anybody have questions for Melissa? All right. And if you do, you can just start speaking and unmute yourself. And if you don't have questions for Melissa, just check out her information. She just put it in the chat. Give her a call tomorrow or next week and reach out to her. Now, I just wanted to backtrack real quick 1 second. Andrew was able to make it for a minute. He's not going to present today, but he's just going to introduce himself and make sure for those that are not acclimated with Andrew Kuby and his company, U.S. Commercial and Capital, for you to get acquainted with him. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, everyone. Sorry that I'm glad that I could make it. I've been in lending since 1996. So I've been in the business for almost 30 years. The name of my company, it's called U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. And so one of the things that we do, we work with commercial real estate investors, but we also, and where I have the most passion is helping business owners. So what we do is we help business owners get the money to start businesses, buy businesses, grow their existing business, and franchise. And all of us, the government has set aside $5 million for us through the Small Business Administration. There's only a few industries that don't qualify, but all businesses, 99% of businesses qualify for this $5 million. So what I do is I help business owners buy real estate for their business, help them get the money to do that, help them pay off high interest rate business debt, help them rehab the property that they're buying or leasing for their business, and help them get working capital, cash. Sometimes we're trying to grow, but we don't have enough money to pay the employees. We can get money to pay your employees before they start making you money. So that's what we do. I work with about 40 SBA lenders throughout the country. I probably usually use only about 10 of them. And what I do is I help the clients find the cheapest money. So lowest down payments, lowest interest rate, lowest cost, and best terms. And that's the value that I bring to the business owner looking to start or buy a business. The only other thing I can add is if you're looking to start a business, people think that they should wait to buy the real estate. And when you're buying the real estate and you're starting a business, everything is based on your projections, not based on what your business has shown the last 2 years in financials. So when somebody comes to me and says, Andrew, I need $400,000 to start my business, and I'm leasing this property over here for $6,000 a month, all that money is on a 10-year amortization. So it's a 10-year, it's like buying a house and having a 10-year loan, the payment's going to be higher. When you buy the real estate and get the money, it's a 25-year amortization. So depending on the area that you're in, sometimes on a monthly basis, it's actually cheaper to own the real estate, instead of leasing it. You're paying yourself instead of someone else. You're building a legacy for your family. You're getting the tax write-offs, or most of them, and you're building your business. You're scaling your business to one day to be able to sell your business or to leave a legacy for your family. And I've talked to too many business owners on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that have no plan. They have no end game. And some of the things that you've learned tonight, talk to you about, hey, where do you need to put your money for the end game? And what I'm bringing to the table is more like how to scale your business to be able to sell your business one day, and that's going to be your biggest investment, and for retirement, to leave that legacy for your kids. So yeah, if there's anything that I can do for any business owners out there, please let us know, and I'll help you find the best, cheapest loan money, because it's a huge difference. I mean, I have some banks, the prime interest rate right now is 7.25%, and everything is based off of prime. And on the SBA 7A loan, there's two loans, but on the 7A loan, prime right now is 7.25%. So these lenders will go anywhere from prime +1 all the way to prime +3. So that, on $1 million to $2 million, the difference between 8.25% and 10.25%, that's a lot of money. And I actually have some lenders right now. I have one lender that's actually prime -1 when there's real estate involved. So if you're looking to buy real estate for your business, expand real estate for your business, it's an unbelievable deal, prime -1. And I have another lender that's at prime +0.5. They're just under 0.5. They're in the 7s. So I got two lenders that are just great, and these are some of the top lenders in the country. But as you're shopping for the SBA loan, I'm a great resource for you, because there's a big difference in down payment and interest rates. And if you're not doing your due diligence, it's going to end up costing you a lot of money in the long run. And it could be the difference in keeping your business open if it's a startup. So, and I help people buy businesses. It's important to understand that, if somebody's selling a business and you're out there looking to buy it, or you're looking to sell your own business, your last 3 years are what the banks are looking for. So if you're not, if you haven't started making money yet, or you're taking more deductions now, that last 3 years in business, that before you want to sell, is the most important. Not to scale the business, but to sell the business. To scale the business, you want to show a profit. And I can talk to you more than that one-on-one, how much we have to show to get to the money that you need. But remember, there's $5 million out there, whether you're starting a business, buying a business, growing a business, or you want to franchise. And I guess that's about all.
Well, you said a lot. Thank you so
I
much,
know.
Andrew.
I tried to say it in a short period of time.
Well, you are always welcome. You're always phenomenal. And I thank you for being part of my team, specifically helping me with my clients every day. And the goal is for everybody on here, whether you're a panelist, business owner, just attending, thinking about starting a business, you want to know this man. So make sure you have his contact information. Reach out to him. We all work together to make sure we're getting you the services or the vehicles that you need, or at least answering the questions that you need answered. If everybody can see my screen, hold on one second. And make sure you can see his information. And Andrew, you can also let them know the best way for them to also contact you as well.
Yeah, phone call, text. The best way is to shoot an email, just because I'm on the phone almost all day. And so if you shoot me an email, I have a team of people that do an awesome job, that work around me. So they'll be able to set you up an appointment in my calendar, quicker than I'm going to be able to probably get back to you if you leave me a message. But I will call you back either way, or text you back.
All right, if everybody can see my screen, Andrew's information is there. You can take a screenshot, save it, so on and so forth. Andrew, of course, you can always drop it in the chat, so everybody does have it at the end. For everybody on the call, you will have the chat sent to you later, so you'll be able to make contact with whoever is here to join us, to be part of our community and all work together. Does anybody have questions for Andrew while he's still here?
Yeah, I also just let me say that Andrew is a strategic partner, so you can also find his same contact information you see on the screen at our website, Master Wealth Builders LLC. Scroll to the bottom, and you will see strategic partners, and once you click on the link, it takes it directly to his site. So that is another way.
All right. Thank you, Andrew, so much for joining us. Oh, and I'm going to make sure everybody has the information for the next, we're actually having it's not a webinar like what we're doing now, but we're having an actual educational event on next Thursday, October the 2nd at noon. Andrew will be featured and he'll delve a little deeper in some of the things we're helping business owners with, especially with as it relates to employer-employee benefits and obtaining capital for your business. So he will be on that call, and I'll make sure everybody has the information for that before they leave. So if you're interested, you would be able to join us Thursday at noon. All right.
Yes.
We look forward to
That one,
seeing you
that
there,
one is,
Andrew.
I was gonna say that one is on Eventbrite. You can also register on your own. If you go to Eventbrite and you click Master Wealth Builders, you'll see our schedule.
All right. So moving forward, last but not least, I just always save ourselves for last because the goal is we are very selfless as a business. We want to make sure we offer information and services and education to business owners. We're not just focused on what we're talking about, but everything we do for our clients, they all still need all the services that are provided here in this room today. So we specifically, like TK said at the beginning, he is a annuity specialist. I'm just a full-fledged everything. I've done everything in my life. But at the end of the day, I saw an area of opportunity, but being a business owner that understood at a young age that having self-directed health benefits and having self-directed insurance benefits along with self-directing my own savings should have been a very important part of my plan. But at least I did figure it out. So I want to make sure I share it to others. And being the expert in this industry, I've been doing this part of my career for about 13 years now. So I'm very acclimated with the industry. TK and I are both partnered with some of the top, the top A-rated banks and also other companies, insurance investment companies in this country through our affiliations. So we are able to bring vehicle services that are fully vetted, that are the best in the industry. There's over hundreds and hundreds of financial firms, banks, and different people in this industry. But just like you see here today, we have Andrew for U.S. Commercial Capital. We have Melissa, Buckingham Mortgage is J.D. Power awarded, been around for 30 plus years, and they work with some of the top lenders and conventional, unconventional lenders in this country. And that's why I partner with them directly. And through what me and TK do, we are partnered with, we're not just associated with one, we're not in competition with anybody, but anytime we sit in front of a client, we're just trying to figure out what their needs are. So we don't really push a particular product or service. We just ask what a person is trying to accomplish, what they're trying to do, and we're able to help them with their mission through the services that we provide along with our partners. So just with me and TK alone, we're directly partnered with First Financial Security Incorporated. That's how we're able to have the top contracts in the country with the top investment firms, insurance companies, and banking industries. We're also partnered with Dr. Shirley Liu and Associates. She also is the anchor on Fox 5 for her show on finance. So she's highly decorated, Forbes 50 over 50. So through her partnership and alignment, we're pretty much working with everybody in the country and the industry. With every service, we are partnered with the Army, the Armed Forces, the Navy. We're partnered with school districts, colleges, universities, and we also partner with other banking institutions to make sure with our partnership with First Financial Security, we are providing education on a national and international level. I myself started a company called Destiny Financial Solutions 14 years ago. That was my third business by myself, but my second business with actually having a physical location where I did run a tax franchise, and I also provided business solutions through that business. And now TK and I have served a mission to help people. TK has his own journey in the industries that he's in, and the things that I do to collaborate together through Master Wealth Builders to bring the education and the resources to the community, where we have a sole focus and focuses on our clients' overall long-term wealth, the protection of what they accumulate in wealth, and making sure they are covered by either a business insurance, personal life insurance, making sure they have the insurance vehicles in place to protect them for life. But we are not just insurance professionals. We focus on short-term investing and saving strategies and long-term saving strategies to make sure that no matter what they do in life, even if your business goes on and you pass it on to somebody else, you continue to live your best quality life and have tax advantage income through the form of a pension long term, and also have investments that are growing, but they're not affected by the market. But we still are encouraging our clients to be able to invest and have a diversification on and off market, but making sure there is a balance. Now, the workshops that we provide are covered through our partnership with First Financial Security Incorporated, where I was able to obtain the curriculum that is certified, and we have to be certified to be able to teach it through First Financial Security Incorporated. So we're always making sure we have classes available. We have our partners doing these classes on a regular basis, so we can always refer you to these classes. And I personally will be doing these classes and teaching them through my global ministry, which we start a semester in January. And we do this every year. So we're always here to help. If you know a charitable organization that needs help with teaching either anybody in any level, whether it's children in school, whether it's college students, whether it's an adult that have never been taught financial literacy and education, we offer these classes and a whole lot more. Now, the main thing we always want to make sure people are clear of what's happening in our country is most people are not financially inclined. People do not have money for the long term, let alone for the short term. Most families don't even have 6 months worth of savings in their bank account. So we try to make sure that we ask these questions. What is your goals? What do you want to do? It doesn't matter where you're at right now, but we're trying to make sure that we're growing people to be on course through our expertise to achieve these goals. So we want to make sure that in the long run, whether it's right now or later, you have good health, you're experiencing financial stability, you have the freedom to make choices without limitations, and you're on course to achieving your goals. And most importantly, I believe in living a life on purpose, not doing the things because you were told to do them. Get a job, go to college, retire. Whatever your life consists of. I don't even like the word retirement anymore. When I talk to my clients now, I don't say retirement planning, I say transition planning, because each stage of life, you have a purpose, and your purpose might not be just to travel and not work anymore. You may enjoy what you do, and you want to know how to do it to be and also be financially stable. So what we teach, TK and I together, are advanced strategies about how to leverage what you maybe already have in place, creating assets to leverage, showing you how to redirect assets that you already have in your portfolio that are not performing, and teach you how to create multiple streams of not just tax-free income. Sometimes it could be tax advantage depending on what your strategy is. Some people may not want to pay taxes now, but they want to find a way to say, hey, even if the taxes go up later, how can I pull money out of my assets without paying a high amount of taxes? And the most important thing, we're teaching diversification and investments on and off market. And at the end of the day, we want people to achieve the bottom part of this screen, which is to have passive income, to have cash flow assets, whatever that looks like, whether it's through investments, whether it's on the market, whether it's through insurance vehicles, annuities, or real estate. And we also want to teach you how to become your own bank, to have enough money in your assets where you can borrow against yourself and pay yourself back, so that other people can do the same and you can pass it on to your family for generations to come. And most importantly, we want to help you achieve economic independence. So most importantly for this call today, we want to make sure you know, whether you're a contractor, aspiring entrepreneur, or you already have a business, whether you have employees or not, there are opportunities for you to be able to invest and still self-direct your benefits. What I think is most important, and the reason I talk about history, is because sometimes people don't understand why they're even doing what they're doing. I know when I first got my first job at PNC Bank, is they gave me a pension, a 401k, an opportunity to participate in money markets. But when I got my first job, nobody told me what is a 401k. I know it's a savings account. They told me it was a retirement plan or a form of a retirement plan, but I didn't understand what it was used for. So most people don't know that the 401ks were created because of the environment in our country, which the tax rates were extremely high. So because of the tax rates being extremely high, yes,
Let me go back a little bit. I think sometimes we use buzzwords. If you can go back one more slide. I want to make sure everybody understands what it means, because these buzzwords sometimes goes over your head and you don't raise your hand and ask a question. But the word self-directed, right? Let me paraphrase. Most people think you have to be with a company in order to get a benefits package. And a lot of small businesses like the barbershop walk around and say, we don't offer retirement benefits because we can't afford 10 grand to give Charles Schwab to manage your account in addition to the contribution that we have to do to your 401k. But the law changed, right? Secure Act 2.0 says that's now illegal, even though the barbershop may not know it's illegal. But they're going to find out when they go file their business taxes, because you'll be fined anywhere from $100 to $500 per employee if you're non-compliant. So the word self-directed means you can offer retirement benefits to your employees, but do it for free. Because you are taking control, you are self-directing your plan. Thomas wasn't able to speak, but Thomas offers the self-directed health benefits. We offer the self-directed retirement benefits. So Thomas' program is going to be different from our program, but we work together so that your company, right, can offer a benefits package and not have to pay the high overhead management fee. What we do is we come in on benefits day and we basically write down what your employees want, take that directly out of their check. And when they leave your company, they get to keep their benefits because it's self-directed, because they're paying for it out of their check. The only difference is on the exit day, they have to take over the payments. So I want you guys to understand the value that we bring to the table. We're giving you the chance for a small business to get A-rated, because there's another free option. You have to go to Obamacare with the health cares on the marketplace, but that's not very high level coverage, right? This is high level A-rated coverage that's self-directed, no overhead fees, no management fees. And as our business partner told you, Dr. Mazzali, we even have other self-directed benefits when it comes to the IRS tax codes, right? So Dr. Mazzali has that program that gives you FICA discounts. It's basically kickbacks so that no money comes out of your pocket, but your employees still have an amazing benefit. So I really wanted to highlight that concept of self-directed benefits. And you as a business owner, because I know there's a lot of businesses on the sign tonight, now you don't have the excuse of saying we don't offer retirement benefits. We don't offer any benefits because this is a barbershop. We have a self-directed option for you, and it makes you compliant so you get the IRS kickbacks, but it doesn't cost you the traditional fees and the high overhead. All right?
All right,
Go ahead,
thank you,
Shante.
TK. That was great. So yes, TK just gave you further insight, but the reason he's saying that is because the reason why we come from the education, I'm sure everybody on the call is pretty much familiar with everything, but we meet a lot of people just day to day that we think that are savvy. You know, you can know what you know, but you don't know what you don't know. So we make sure we're very given details about your understanding what we're explaining to you. You know, so like I was saying in the beginning, was that a 401k was not explained when most people got a job. So the 401k was created out of the environment of a high tax, environment. So if you look at this chart over the years, the taxes have gone up and down. We know in this time frame was around the time of the Great Depression. Then the taxes went up, skyrocketed, and taxes truly didn't start falling into the late 1980s. So most people were paying high taxes. So anybody that was in a tax coded vehicle like a TSP, 457, 401k, 403b, they were deferring their money to not have to pay taxes later. But for those of us that are in this world, in this type day and age, we have experienced a lot of different fluctuations of market downturns just since we have been adults. Me personally, I came into the industry right before the lost decade. So if you were participating in the market during this time, then you took a lot of losses. And this is when I started my career in finance. And I saw clients that had to go back to work for 10 plus years just to make back the loss before they could try to retire again. But then we had the big boost between 2014 and COVID. And then people did do very well in the market. But soon as COVID hit, and then that's when I was working for another bank, we went through the whole thing where we saw people lose. So now it's like, how do we help people? How do we help clients understand? I love the banking industry. I loved helping business owners like yourselves obtain funding, do your things that you have to do. I worked with TD Ameritrade. We did very well with our clients, but I wanted to create an environment is what are some of the alternatives? What can you do? And most people don't know that there are other opportunities out there. One of the opportunities are annuities. It's another diversification outside of your regular portfolio. I always say, keep track of your portfolio. Always pay attention to what it's doing. Don't do what they said on the news this year. Don't just write it out or not look at your retirement statements or your long-term savings. Always be paying attention. Always get your education. And always understand the purpose of your vehicle. What most people don't know, because of 401ks being created to be a tax deferred vehicle, 401ks were known back in the 70s not to be the safest place to plan for your long-term savings. They said it was very volatile. It goes up and down with the market. The only thing people had guaranteed back then were pensions and Social Security. Now, if you're paying attention what's going on in our country right now economically, Social Security is still there, but we don't know what Social Security is going to look like 5 years from now, maybe even 6 months from now, or even 10 years from now. So you have to have another alternative solution on top of whatever your employer is giving you, on top of your market, anything you're doing with Edward Jones and Charles Schwab. I still work with those type of people. I had a securities license, but I'm still informing people of other things you can do to help. So I do encourage people later to go and get the education on it. I'm not going to go through the whole education on it, but we will have another class where we're going to dig deeper in regards to the differences of the annuity, how insurance can help you, and how you can diversify your already portfolio to work better for you. Now, yes, go ahead, TK. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can I please add that I really want to draw a contrast right here because I think the average person doesn't really get taught, nor do they take the time to get licensed or studied the difference, right? We're only talking about how your 401k has market volatility. And then your stockbroker says, ride the wave. You got 10 more years, but what if you're older and you don't have 10 more years? So this chart right here shows you the risk factors and what products do what things towards your goal. So I just wanted to point out to you guys that literally when it comes to fixed index annuities, because I consider myself to be a fixed index annuity specialist, the main difference is tax deferred growth and the ability to do a Roth conversion or put it in a trust where you have tax deferred to perpetuity. Okay, so in a annuity, you don't have market volatility. A lot of people never taught that fixed index annuities do not come with market volatility. Your money is never put in the stock market. It comes with what's called a principal protection, and it's a 0% floor when it comes to your market participation points. So I really want to draw that contrast because Shantae shows you that chart of volatility. And some people will say, well, why would I care about a fixed index annuity? Because if you want to use the rule of 100, I want you guys to write this down. Subtract your age from 100. And that is the amount of your portfolio that should be in principal protected accounts. And if you stick to that rule, it hedges your losses and it offsets what market volatility adds to your portfolio. And the biggest thing is that people don't understand is a fixed index annuity makes you more bankable because it is a long-term asset that you cannot go spend. All right. So I want to draw that as an education point and a contrast to why would you go on market versus off the stock market? Go ahead, Shantae.
All right, thank you. That is so right. So what TK said is exactly right. So we just trying to make sure people understand what's in your pocket, what's in your portfolio. None of these things are wrong. I do 100% educate people on having a diverse portfolio. Like I said, I started as an on-market person when I worked in national banking. So we did do, portfolio management, IRA, so on and so forth, 401ks and traditional retirement. We still have access to those resources from our customers if they need to evaluate it. But what we're trying to explain to people, understand what's available outside of your normal. We know we put money in the bank, which is cash. I worked at the bank, and I'm going to tell you, when I left the bank, the best interest rate you could get was probably 0.05%. I do see clients now getting these special rates at 4% or 5% in a CD, but those rates are still taxed upon withdrawal or as you earn. So I just try to make sure people understand what the difference is. You got to have money in the bank for emergencies. But if you have other assets and there are a large amount of assets outside of your emergency funds, they should be always making money for you. So one of the vehicles for the last 13 years that I've used and referred to for my clients as an option is the fixed index annuity. And then also fixed index annuities are not equal. So me being in this business for over a decade, I've learned that there are companies that have different type of vehicles that serve different purposes. So it's good to get your education, even if it's not with us. Make sure whatever decisions you're making, if you have an advisor or somebody that's already assisting you, making sure you're having these healthy conversations. What indexing does, it gives you compounded interest growth. So that means you're not going to just get 3% in a CD and all you have is a 3% annual percentage yield. Even if your money is going to continue to compound and grow, which gives you kind of the rule of 72, which TK was talking about, where your money should pretty much double after a certain amount of time and then eventually triple because it's just getting that compounded growth. And the goal is that the interest that you gain is protected from what we were talking about in those things in that chart that I showed you, where there were market downturns. So if the economy has some type of
Yes.
volatility, then you're not going to take the losses when it goes down. But if the market goes up,
Yes.
you will earn or at least have participation in the market without being directly taking the market risk. And then like TK
Yeah.
referred to is that it's tax deferred.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like you gain because you have some of the upside potential with none of the downside risks. So this is a smart way for you to hedge and add some balance into your portfolio. Go ahead, Shante.
Yeah, this is an example of a client that I had back in 2000, and they actually started their portfolio 2019, but I just gave an idea of what this looks like, when you do have a market downturn. So this was the last one we had right before COVID. So this particular person had got a gain of almost up to $268,000 in their annuity contract. But if that same person ended up having a 401k, they lost almost over $40,000 because of that market downturn. So the people that weren't on and I'm not just saying 401k, people lost a lot of money in the market as well. Those people had to work back to get back to even in the last couple of years just to break even. And then once they break even, they are able to take gains. And as you know, if you're paying attention this year, we've had a lot of downs in the market this year. So those people just took back losses all over again since COVID. But if you were the person on the blue line, which is the person in an index strategy, then they kept their money, they maintained their money. Now, they might not have earned as much as this person when the market shot up, but whatever they did earn, they maintained it. So when the market goes back up, they only take the earnings with the market. And if it is a year of a total market loss, which usually has to be a major event, so it has to be something like what happened with COVID, a war, anything that drops the market significantly down. It doesn't have to always be a recession, but at least this person will never take a loss. So that's what we teach people. Would you rather have a year of zero, or would you rather have gains but not taking losses? So we're
Let me
showing
jump
people.
in. I
Yeah,
wanted
go
to
ahead,
say,
sir.
hey, a lot of stockbrokers will tell you, hey, that market cap in that index strategy, that's not good, right? So that's why I said you get some of the upside potential, but you also get none of the downside risk. So literally there's uncapped strategies where you have participation points that can double with a small fee. So think about that in terms of what I told you in the rule of 100 and offsetting your losses, right? If you have a portion of your portfolio in principal protected accounts, right, it should help you to not be affected by the market. When the market really takes a 2008, it doesn't affect you because you're in a zero floor. Go ahead, Shantae.
Yes, and I was there for 2008. So it was an interesting year, but he's exactly right. You don't want to have to worry. I tell people it's like taking yourself out of the game and sitting yourself on the bench. You don't have to play. You can play, but if you play, have a backup plan. One of the things about these vehicles, like if you do currently have money in your retirement plans, you have IRAs, Roths, stocks, money in the bank. We're not telling you, and when I'm advising people from an educational standpoint, we're not saying you should have all your eggs in one basket. You definitely should have a well-managed portfolio, but we're also saying make sure you have some in a place where it's giving you more benefit. It's doing something for you in strategy. What me and TK have been able to do this year, because we do have a company right now, if you guys can see, there are bonuses upon your rollover. So say if a person just lost a lot of money from the market, and we've had federal workers that took a lot of losses back in March when they were losing their jobs, we were able to roll over their money and at least give them a minimum of a interest increase of 5 to 10%. That was the minimum at that time. So if somebody had at least $100,000 in their TSP, they made $10,000 on day one. So if they took a $4,000 loss the week before, they just made it back. Now, to add to the caveat, one of the things me and TK have been promoting on both of our webinars for the last 2 months, one of our companies just came out with a promotional vehicle, one to help federal workers and one to help people with asset interest earning. So with the asset interest earning, that company is now offering up to, it was 23% last week, but now the Federal Reserve is starting to drop their interest rate. So it went down to 22% this week, but now they're offering up to 22%, depending on the strategy that you choose, on money you can gain on your portfolio on day one. And that 22% made it a game changer because there's very few vehicles in finance that give you those type of returns outside of real estate. Even there's high yield savings accounts that don't even give those type of returns. And that same vehicle still offers that compounding growth effect. And it gives all the benefits that are listed here. There are a lot of benefits to these type of vehicles, which another day, when you come to one of our classes, we can delve a little deeper. Now, this is the vehicle that we're encouraging business owners and real estate professionals to leverage. If you are a business owner and you do have a business, or you just recently are thinking about leaving your job, left your job, and you have money sitting somewhere, this company just started on June the 4th of offering a guaranteed interest for an entire year of your first year contributions, including any money that you redirect. So, like I said, it just literally changed. Actually, what's the date? It's the 25th. Tomorrow starts the new rates. So these are the rates up until midnight tonight. So if you want to call us before midnight, you can get on these rates. But either way, it's still an opportunity to be able to leverage. If you're getting a loan, say, for example, you go talk to Melissa tomorrow and you want to get a home loan. If you have money in a fixed asset like that, that lowers your debt to income ratio when you're going to apply for a loan. If you're going to talk to Andrew tomorrow and he's looking at your strength of your portfolio as maybe help to you being able to qualify for lending, having these type of things in place help you. And you can diversify an entire portfolio, not just with one of these type of vehicles, but you can do multiple strategies. And then it helps you with your growth. You can take the interest from year to year. One of the key components of what this company is allowing, which hardly no company does with annuities, because I do work for the companies that also offer, you get penalties for taking out money in the first year, or you have to wait till the contract fully vests to be able to pull the money out. So this vehicle allows up to 12% annually to take out the value. So for an example, if somebody had $100,000, they moved from a stock that wasn't performing, If they take the fixed option of the 16% bonus, they earn 16,000 on day one. If somebody wanted to have more of a risk strategy, meaning they wanted to see if they can earn more in the market, but there's no risk, you still don't lose money, but they charge a 0.95% fee to be able to still participate with higher participation rates in the market. That person will earn 23,000 on day one. So what we're saying to, say, for example, you're a business owner, you just lost your job or you have a job, but you want to take some of your retirement to start a new business. You can put the money in this account. What this company allows you to do is you can withdraw. You can take a withdrawal from it on day one. Now, I always say sit down with your CPA or your accountant to talk about how that can affect you. But if you do it with the way that we're encouraging people to do in strategy, if you're using it for business expenses and loaning money to your business from your own retirement, there is a tax advantage and a write-off strategy for that. So you could do that. And then guess what? The 23,000 or the 20,000 or however amount you take out, it still gets back put in your account as like you never took it out because you're still earning the money on day one. So that's just an example of an advanced strategy. We just worked with a real estate investor yesterday that did something similar. They needed a down payment for a DSCR loan. So just like today, I believe Melissa did touch on it a little bit. If they wanted to they invest in one of those vehicles, they may have to come to the table with up to 15% down to start. So if they roll over $100,000 and then say they only needed $15,000 as a down payment for the property, they can do the same thing, redirect their own money without taking out the money from their retirement plan, and then just use that as a down payment as opposed to taking it out directly from their bank account, their TSB, or any other savings. Go ahead, TK.
Yeah, I was going to say the recording is about to stop. So let me just summarize this and basically tell you guys, as a business owner, we try to show you can have access to cash. This is an advanced strategy of leveraging the assets you own. If you talk to me, I'm going to show you how to pay for this with no cash out of your pocket. All right. And I really want you guys to understand that because the company gives you cash back. So you can take a cash back, you can get the 23% bonus, which is now going to be 22, and leverage it. If you are a cash heavy business, leverage it because on the first 12 months, you get 23% on every deposit or 22% on every deposit from starting on the 25th, right? Hey, instead of parking your money in Bank of America, park your money here and do 30% of your net so that you leverage the bonus deposit that they're giving you. All right. Go ahead, Shantae.
Yep. And that's pretty much to sum it up. If you want to learn more, I definitely say reach out to us directly, but we will be doing a class on this come next week. But these are some of the things that are very effective for business owners, real estate professionals. I mean, even if you're an employee living your day-to-day life, you want to find ways to leverage the things you have to work for you so you can make life more efficient. One of the things, the reason we are really focused on telling people about these vehicles, I'm still young. I'm not that old, but I've been around for some time. So me being in the finance industry for 24 years in my career, the only time I've ever seen interest rates in investing this high was back when I first started in 2000. They actually had money markets that got 10.5%. I had a CD for 7.4% with my employer at the time. When I left banking, I just told you the rate was at 0.05%. And you're lucky right now if you can maybe get up to 5% savings in any of your vehicles. So my purpose of me saying this is to say, understand when you have an opportunity in front of you. Like I just said, the Federal Reserve are starting to lower rates. So we don't know what's going to be available come tomorrow, next week, next year, or next month. But if you have an opportunity to take advantage of everything that everybody is offering today, whether it's working with Andrew for your business funding, Melissa to get a physical property location, all these people on the call, Carmen provides resources for contracts, whatever you need for your business. The goal is to let you know what you have available to you, the resources, making sure you're educated. We're not about selling a product or a service, but we want to make sure you have the tools available to you, whether it's through us or another trusted source. So I'm gonna,
Hey, I
make
was gonna say
yeah,
the recording's about to stop. So let me
I got it.
open it
So I
real
want to
quick.
make sure. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody has our contact information. So you have the option of taking a picture of our information here. This is our phone number, our email, and our website. And this is our physical address location. If you guys need to see us, visit us, or book an appointment, this is our QR code. This will take you directly to our digital card for the business. So if you do want to schedule a one-on-one to talk to us about anything that was presented to you today, what we usually do is have either a strategic alignment meeting if you are a business or individual that wants to partner with us. And then we have the opportunity for a needs consultation for any business owner or person that would like to sit down with us to talk about specifically with the services we provide. But also, if you want to reach anybody on this panel, we will make sure you have direct contact with them and you will be able to reach them for their services as well too. I also wanted to make sure everybody had the information on the next webinar. So you can disregard this date here. The next one is on October the 2nd, on this coming Thursday at 12 p.m. We will be talking about employer-employee benefits on a more deeper scale. Thomas, myself, and Andrew will be on that call to educate you. So if you want to join, you can go to Eventbrite, type in Master Wealth Builders LLC. We would love for you to follow us so that way you could be at any event that you want to join us and be a part of. Also, if you want to know about any other events from our partners here today, we're going to make sure we're always advertising in our group in Facebook. So we do kind of announce if somebody has an event going on, you have something going on in your neighborhood, please let us know. And if anybody does want to stay over and ask questions, you're more than welcome to, but we are ending right now. But before we leave, does anybody have questions? I also wanted to make sure the people that did attend that are still here, want to make sure they are recognized so that they can speak as well. So I know Kimberly is here. Even though I know you're a little bit under the weather today, but I would like for you to unmute yourself and just let everybody know what you do here, how they can reach you, because this is your first time joining us today. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Yeah, thank you so much. So sorry, I am a little under. But I am a Reiki master and a certified sound therapist, and I have clothing and basically trying to be an Amazon one-stop shop for your holistic wellness and things that you're looking for on your mental health journey. I have a website you can go to, and if you have questions on what is Reiki and how it can help you, or what is sound and different questions about my products, I look forward to getting to know everyone. My website is zenasoulreiki.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. We're happy to finally have you for the first time today. Kimberly is going to be one of the people that when we start having our wealth information conferences, she would be a part of that. She has a lot to offer. She did just do a big event about a month ago at a veteran organization. So definitely please get her information. If you have any questions about her resources to the community and what she does for other people, she would be a great resource. So I can speak on that myself. So Kimberly, make sure you put your
Perfect.
information in the chat so we can share it with everybody that attended today. And
Yeah,
Omar,
I was gonna say, Kimberly, please get in contact with us because we would love to add you to our health and wealth section.
absolutely. So Omar, thank you for visiting us today. This is, I believe this is your first time. You can tell us who you are and what you do and how people can reach you as well. Are you able to unmute? Omar? Okay, well, Omar, we'll make sure that he gets
Hey,
everybody's.
Valerie.
Oh, there you go, Omar. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Omar. I'm a general contractor out of Alexandria, Virginia. Still working my W-2 as a custom home builder, high-end renovations project manager. But I'm looking to get into some renovations on my own with my own clients, as well as investing myself as well. So great meeting everyone, great hearing what everyone had to offer. You could reach me at 571-597-5300, and my email is omar@j15group.com.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you so much.
definitely.
So much, Omar, for sharing, and we look forward to seeing more of you in the future. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
JK.
I was gonna say, Omar, definitely we want to work with you as a strategic partner and add you to our network. So please get with us on that.
All right. So with whoever's left, is Tanya, Chi, Andrew, anybody have any last words before we leave here today?
Just thank you all so much. It was wonderful listening to everyone. Everybody's phenomenal, amazing. TK and Shantae, you guys know how I feel about y'all. Y'all are just, it's no words that can amount. And I'm looking forward to just working with anyone that I can and just helping build success together. So thank you so much. This was amazing. It really was.
Right. Well, you're amazing, and we're happy to have you as part of our team and my sister from another mother, as Bruno, Dr. Mazzali would say. And thank you, Dr. Chi, you still there? There you go.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for putting it together and connecting people. Nobody goes up alone, so networking is something that we all should think about as part of what we do, so that we keep adding new leads to our line of businesses. So I have a couple of events I would just like to mention. This can be for people who would like to vend or sponsor or just attend. This coming Saturday at the BLE Virtual Suite. It's in Lago. It's right behind the Kaiser Permanente. I'm gonna be having Embrace Africa Day. So come out, see what the culture is all about. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is free entry, but if you would like to vend or sponsor, I need to have your information so that I can register you and add you to the program. And then on October the 11th, we're going to have a DMV vendor showcase at the Comfort Inn in Oxon Hill. Also, vendors have to register, it's free entry. Just places that people can, promote themselves. And I'm collaborating with another organization. They're doing an awards night, November the 9th. And that is going to be somewhere in Temple Hills, about 5 p.m. It's a Sunday. So if you would like to vend, they would like to put the vendors in their brochure so that more people can have their information after the event. So let me know. These are 3 opportunities right there. And then I do like a power network. I have one on this will be September 29th in Laurel, the Panera Bread in Laurel. Just free opportunities here and there, just for different people in different communities and cities to come together and meet each other. So, just trying to keep that motivation going and people get encouraged just by hearing from others. So I just wanted to put those out. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thank you for that. I wanted you to do that. Thank you so much, because this is how we become aware of the things that are happening in our communities. We might not be day to day knowing what's happening in each part of the, area, but this is how we come together, meet other people, grow, and we work together. Thank you so much, Dr. Chi. We look forward to continue having you and us all working together as a community. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Anybody else have any events, anything going on? And if not, we'll wrap it up. But if you have anything, let us know now, so that way we can send the recording out to our community. And when they rewatch it, they can take notes for themselves. All right. Well, if not, thank you, everybody. Thank you for sticking out for the long haul and being patient with our technical difficulties today. And we look forward to do this next month. And like we said, going forward, October, November, we are going to have a few more in-person events. So we would like to see you in person as well as you join us via virtual. Take care, be blessed, everybody, be safe tonight. And we love you all. Thank you.